Episode 82, Fairfield Gold. We're on the trail of gold at Salem Church in Charlottenburg. This is in South Glengarry. It's near Fairfield, where we have the legend of Cariboo Cameron. Well, at this point, Eliza has discovered the skeleton and the musket and the parchment with the H seal on it. And she traveled back to South Glengarry. She had a visit in Faulkner's settlement, where she found some interesting information. But the hunt is back on for the Cariboo gold. The gold of Cariboo Cameron. Is it at Fairfield? Is it at Salem Church? Salem Church is where the Lady Cariboo Cameron has been buried. This is her grave marker. But in the distance, there's a tree marker. We followed that tree marker through. We're sort of near the southern end of the Celtic Cross map. So we decided to take a closer look at that tree in the background. It looked like it was a tree tunnel of some kind. We wandered through and we found remarkable scenery, beautiful sights, a river flowing through the area, beautiful forested areas, some pathways that we were able to follow. And this is all on the hunt for the Fairfield gold, the gold that Cariboo Cameron is rumored to have brought back from the British Columbia Cariboo Gold Rush mining area. Now, was it hidden somewhere around Fairfield? We've searched that area quite thoroughly. We haven't found anything. We've noticed that some of the ornamental structures around the house have been stripped down. We're wondering if there was gold hidden in those areas and someone who knew this came and took it. Or was someone else on the hunt for Fairfield gold? We believe someone else was looking for that gold. We couldn't find much at Fairfield, so we went just down the road a little bit to Salem Church and back through the tree tunnel into the woods. Here we found some remarkable places. Are these good places for hiding gold? There were deep gorges and valleys with sinkholes and cave structures and nooks and crannies that had been eroded out of the rock. These look like great hiding areas maybe for the gold from the Cariboo gold fields. So we kept up the search. Now, Eliza may have come here as well. Eliza's last name was also Cameron. We're wondering if there was a connection between Eliza Cameron and Cariboo Cameron. The Camerons are a very common and well-known name in South Glengarry. So was Eliza Cameron a relative of Cariboo Cameron? Was there a connection there? Did they know each other? Did Henry know Cariboo Cameron through Eliza? Henry traveled out west when he was with the fur traders. This is where he said he made some discoveries of gold. Gold that he brought back and gave to Eliza, that Eliza hid in the Lock Hill Cave, or maybe in Priest's Mill. Her diary mentions this. Did Henry meet Cariboo Cameron when he was out in British Columbia in the Cariboo Gold Rush, during the Cariboo Gold Rush? It's possible that the two knew each other. Henry mentions the curse, and this would be the curse of the Clan MacLeod sword. Did he receive this sword from Cariboo Cameron in Barkerville, British Columbia, when the two of them were out looking for gold? It's possible that the curse of the sword was so overpowering in Barkerville, and the people were upset about it, and they wanted to run Cariboo Cameron out of town, that Cariboo had a meeting with Henry, and Henry just agreed to take the sword back to Glengarry. We're not sure if the sword made its way out to British Columbia. There's evidence that it did. Was it returned to Glengarry? We thought it might have been returned to Glengarry in the casket of Lady Cariboo Cameron. That's where some people felt the gold that Cariboo Cameron got was returned to Glengarry in that casket of his wife. But was the sword returned in that? Or was the sword given to Henry? Did Henry MacLeod bring the cursed sword of the Clan MacLeod back to Glengarry? These are questions that we're not sure. Now, near the riverbed here, just on the left side, there's an opening, and there was a cave in there. We decided we were going to explore that cave. This would be a good hiding place for any kind of artifacts or gold. In fact, as the river went around the bend, it got more rocky, and we felt, well, this was an area that could very well have gold in it. We searched through these very flat, rocky embankments of the river. The rock was all sort of eroded and cut up into thin sheets, a very limestoney type of rock, very easy for the water to cut through it. And of course there were unusual looking trees stripped of all their bark, and trees marking pathways. So these are pathways that we took as we wandered through the forest, looking for any type of hint or clue there might be gold there. There were very unusual rock formations too, where the water had eroded out the rock in sort of a circular pattern. We thought these might be good hiding areas for artifacts or gold. So we had a thorough search of this area. We even found an entrance deep down into some caves, and we decided to look through the caves as well. So here's a little bit of a slideshow of some of the footage that we took inside the caves in this area. As we came out of the cave, we noticed some shiny areas on the rock in the river. So this required a little bit of a closer inspection. So we set off into the riverbank, looking at the rocks more carefully. And this is where we saw evidence of gold. There were pieces of gold mixed in with the rock and the shells of the river. So this was a fantastic discovery. We were really excited to find that gold was in fact placed here or hidden here at some point. It may have come out of the caves, it may have washed away down the river, but we were finding little bits of gold mixed in with the stones and the shells of the river. So this was a really exciting find for us. In fact, this indicated that there may well have been a small amount of Fairfield gold hidden in South Glengarry.